Yeah, man, it's the one only DJ Chase, WDJC DJ Chase Radio. You know this, man, the DJ Chase mobile app now in the Apple Store, that Google Play Store, the Android, the Audible app, YouTube, DJ Chase TV. But enough for all that. We got the talented, the lovely R&B artist, fitness guru. Now she's Atlanta's own Starry Sky. How you doing, mama?
Hey, hi everybody.
How you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. Thank you so much for having me. This is like a huge honor. So thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Of course, of course, of course. So, I want to get into the background a little bit. You're a new artist. I connected with you on Groover, and you submitted a record to me, and I was like, I was kind of feeling the song, so I was like, I wanted to interview you and introduce you to the world because you're still a new artist and you just getting out there. So, the first thing I want to talk about, you were born in Boston, correct? You're from originally from Boston, correct?
Yes, born and raised in Boston.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm always up there too. I just came back from Rhode Island too. I just came back from Providence. Yeah, I'm on
Oh,
yeah, I'm always up there.
yes, that's not too far away. So I used to go out to Providence to, go out when I was young.
Yeah. For sure,
Yeah.
for sure, for sure. And what part of Boston you're from?
So I would say like the Dorchester, Mattapan area.
Yeah.
So that's really like where my family is and where I spent like most of my time. So, but I
Mm.
also like grew up in Rosendale, so it's a couple different places. I love Boston. It's so nice and
Yeah, yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Like I said, Dorchester. What's that? The mall up in Dorchester. What's that mall up there? I did a photo shoot up there. It's the
I
big mall. It's a big mall right there in Dorchester. I can't remember what it's called, but I did a little photo shoot there. So
I just know the South Shore Plaza in Braintree. That's like the main mall that I know.
I think it's South Shore. I think it was South Shore. Yeah, I think it was South
Yep.
Shore. Yeah, I think it
Yep.
was definitely South Shore. Yeah, and Boston once again. I'm always up there. I know that the gritty. It's kind of a divide a little bit as far as like not to it is a little racist. You could kind of tell us there. You know what I'm saying? But how was it growing up in Boston for you? For you,
Um,
like, what was your experience like?
I would say that I had an amazing experience because it's so diverse,
Hmm.
especially like living in different parts of Boston. It's really cool because I got a taste of like different cultures and different people. So, um, in Boston, it's like, you can just go downtown and enjoy the swan boats and, just do these
Yeah,
really amazing things. So I would say growing up in Boston was like a really good experience. So.
yeah,
I
got you,
go back when
got you.
I can. I go back and visit whenever I can.
For sure, for sure. And like I said, New England is snowy up there. The weather's cold. It's tough and rough and tough.
Mhm.
I wanted to know, like, once again, you don't really hear too many singers coming out of Boston. You hear a lot of rappers coming from Boston, but you don't hear too many singers coming from Boston. What inspired you to be a singer from Boston?
I would say that just growing up, I had like this intense love for music and just different types of music, R&B, pop. I even liked some rock and some Latin, and I always loved to sing ever since I was a little kid, but I just never
Yeah,
like, pursued it. Sometimes you can let fear get in the way and things like that. But I moved to Atlanta and I was just like, it's time for me to like go
yeah,
for what I want to do and
yeah,
give this a try. So I'm just so honored to be able to like represent Boston, because that's home.
yeah,
That's
for sure. And I want to know too about your parents, right? Because I always kind of correlate because I see it. I've been doing music a very long time, and I've been interviewed a lot of people in my life, and I always feel like parents kind of influence artists. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Did you grow up with both your parents, or did you grow up with just your mom or your dad?
Yes, I grew up with both of my parents.
Oh,
So my
nice.
dad is Jamaican,
Hmm.
so I grew up with that reggae flavor,
Yeah, yeah,
reggae, and then and like that West Indian flavor. And then I have my mom who's from family is like really from like Alabama or like Southern.
hmm,
She really loves like Mary J. Blige, so I grew up listening to like a lot of Mary J. and like
yeah,
the
yeah,
E flavor and the hip hop. So
yeah.
Yes, like they definitely played a big role in shaping my musical taste.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so, what inspired your move to Atlanta? Like, what did you say, I just enough, because the music scene, like I said, the music scene in Boston is tough. You know what I'm saying? You don't really get a lot of people you get a lot of people from Boston. Like, you had to
Mhm.
join the Lucases, you have kind of get Benzino, the older generation and stuff like that. But how was it changed from Boston to Atlanta for you? Like,
Yes. So I would say that COVID had hit and, things were pretty much shut down.
mhm.
I was just getting like, I was ready to move.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
feel
if
you.
you've ever experienced this before, but you're like,
I'm
I've
going
been
through it
here.
this week was my
Yep.
was my change.
Yes, you're like, I've been
Yeah.
here, for a really long time, and I had always wanted to move to Atlanta. I
Yeah.
have friends that live out here, so I would always come and visit them back and forth, and they would always say, "You're gonna move," And
Yeah.
I finally made the move. I like packed up all of my things, and I drove from Boston to Atlanta. It was like a
Wow.
16-hour drive, and I had my gospel music playing on the car ride. I was
Yeah.
lifted, elevated, um and everything just has been amazing ever since I got here. I started doing some acting work um and then I finally tapped into music. So,
Yeah.
but the transition has been amazing and I love Georgia. It's
Yeah. It's beautiful.
it's
It's
everything.
beautiful. Yeah. I went through that this week. I'm not going went through it. I'm going through that this week. I was just like, I made a big change in my life personally, and I was just like, I can't do the New York, the Northeast no more. It's too much. It's too much. You know what I'm saying? And I
Mhm.
understand that. And I want to talk about the fitness journey and how'd you get into that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, how did you start into Zumba? How did you get into that?
Yes, yes. So, I would say that probably when I was like younger, I started going to the gym and then like I heard this music playing and I saw these people dancing in the class. So I like finally just joined and I fell in love with Zumba and, the instructor. I would go all the time. And then I actually grew up like choreographing. I was that kid that would like make up dances, love to
Oh
do,
wow, okay.
love to like pretend to put on a show so I just really loved that energy that Zumba brought and how it affected people in the class. It's like such a huge impact.
Mhm.
So I finally was like, I want to teach this.
Yeah.
So I got licensed to teach
Yeah.
and taught for 9 years. Like
Oh wow.
it was like a really amazing journey, just meeting so many incredible people and
Mhm.
I'm a part of their fitness journey and they're a part of mine because they forced me to have to go to the gym. But,
Yeah, I'm getting back on it now. So yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like,
yeah.
'cause
So,
I got a few fitness questions for you, so I want to get into that. Yeah.
okay, okay, go ahead.
All right. So the first thing I want to ask you, like, what do you feel is more important, nutrition or exercise?
Oh, that's a great question. Although they're both very, very important and go hand in hand, I would
Mm,
say that nutrition is definitely
yeah.
very important because, like, if you're trying to get abs and, things like that,
Mm,
you have to make sure you're eating right, you know,
yeah.
with
Yeah.
exercise. So I would say
Mm,
nutrition is a little bit more important, but they're both really
got you.
important.
And have you always been? I kind of did my homework on you.
Yeah.
Have you always been a vegan, or you or just Because I had Slutty Vegan for the first time this year. It was amazing.
Oh yes.
I'm hooked to Slutty. I'm a carnivore, but I'm hooked to Slutty Vegan. So have you always been a vegan?
So I was mainly like a vegetarian, but
Hmm.
I think I did spend a little bit of time like completely vegan. But I would say no.
Okay.
Probably did it for like 1 to 2 years, and then I did start eating meat again. I did,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I did it, and it was like so amazing. Like your energy is different,
Yeah.
and it did feel good to like not eat animals
Yeah.
and things like that. But yeah, I did start back, and the first thing I ate was KFC, and I didn't like
Well,
really.
I ain't gonna lie. Being in Atlanta, y'all got some fantastic restaurants. So I don't know how you do it because Atlanta food is amazing. So
Yes, yes, that was it. I was like, I don't want to like go out to eat and like be so, for me personally, be lazy.
yeah. Hmm.
So I'm happy to be.
Got you. Got you. And what are some good how do you say Zumba or Zumba?
It's Zumba.
Zumba. Okay. How do you what are some good Zumba exercises that someone can do at home, especially like for men? Like what do the exercises entail? Like motion or like, you know.
So I would say like Zumba at home. So it's actually its own dance fitness program.
Hmm.
And so if you like even go on YouTube, they might have like sample like Zumba class videos, but it's a class, it's a dance class
Yeah.
that takes you and the music takes you around the world. So you're dancing to different flavors of like Latin music,
Hmm.
Caribbean music, American, everywhere.
Yeah.
So if you want to get started in Zumba, definitely go to zumba.com.
Okay.
Also, you can find a class near you and check out YouTube. There's a lot of
Mhm.
like instructors on there where you can like do it from home.
Got you. For sure. Because like I said, my podcast, I get so many people that listen to it and that's into different things and, you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
culture. And I feel like, especially like being music is the most unhealthy job on earth. You know what I'm saying? You staying out late, you're not sleeping right, you're not eating on the schedule. It's the most unhealthy job in the world. So, I want to definitely bring awareness to fitness and health and things like that. So, that's why I was kind of wanting to ask you those questions.
Absolutely.
Mm,
Yes. It's very, very important to like get your
yeah,
exercise in.
for sure, for sure. I'm actually probably gonna hit the gym a little bit. Yeah, I need to get back on it. Yeah. And I want to get to some music questions real quick. As a female artist, what I'm saying, like I said, you just started getting back into it. But what
Mhm.
are one of the toughest things that you feel like you had to deal with being a female artist in the music industry?
I would say that one of the toughest things is I know that like I'm just getting started, so I haven't really had to like deal with anything too tough yet. But I would say that a tough experience was when I went to record
Mm,
with like someone at someone's studio. Uh,
yeah.
I didn't get such good like feedback, and so I was a little bit discouraged.
Oh wow. Okay.
And so that kind of like made me like kind of sit back on
Hmm.
making music for a while, but then I got the courage to like go for it again. Like I didn't want
Gotcha.
to let that feedback like keep me down. And
Yeah.
this was a while ago. And so I'm just happy that I was able to kind of turn that around and be like, no, like, just because someone may feel a certain way doesn't mean that everybody else will.
And music, and this music is subjective in a sense. Like it's not like I'm a producer and I have like plaques and plaques and plaques, and it's like the songs that you think are not gonna work, and the songs that you really want to work don't work. So it's the weirdest thing in the world. It's terrible.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah. And do you like? I don't know if you have any too many performances, but do you like? Well, you know what? I'm gonna say I'm gonna count Zumba as a performance too. Do you like the stage better, or do you like the studio better?
Oh, that's a great question. I would definitely say that although I haven't had like many like musical performances,
Mm.
I love to get in on stage for Zumba.
That's what I was asking. Yeah, that's why I asked you like that. Yeah.
And I definitely am a performer. I love to dance. And like, I'm a little Beyonce baby. I love, I grew up watching her perform. A lot of different people perform. So I definitely know like when you get on that stage, like
Mm.
something over.
Yeah.
And I definitely look forward to like my first musical performance. If I
Well,
have
you in a home. Listen, you ain't, and there's no shortage of performances and open mics and showcases in Atlanta. There ain't no shortage of that. So,
absolutely, absolutely. I love the studio too, where it's just like it's
yeah,
me, the studio, and I'm relaxed and I can just take my
yeah,
time and you
got you
know.
for sure, for sure. And I want to get into the record Dark Fantasy. That's the record that brought us here today. What inspired that record? Like, did you write that record, or what inspired that record? What made you tap into that element of the music?
Yes. So I did write the record a couple years ago, and I have a little cousin. I know he's not so little anymore, Dolly, the producer. And so,
Yeah.
he told me he makes beats, and I was like, oh, send it to me, check it. Like, I'd love to check it out. And I listened to his beats, and I came across that one and I was like, oh my goodness. So I bought it and I just like listened to it over and over again. And that was the vibe that it gave me. It gave me like this really like sexy vibe.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I was just had it on replay and the lyrics just started to come to me. That's like really the process for me. The lyrics float in my
Yeah,
head, melody start to float in my head. And
got you.
yeah, that's love the beat so much.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, and I was gonna ask you, so so your cousin, he produced, well, your younger cousin produced the beat?
Yes, yes, he did. And I
For
know he's
sure.
probably like 21 and over now, but he'll always be
Yeah.
a little cousin to me. But
I
I'm
totally
proud.
understand. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Mhm.
are you going to shoot a video to the song or no?
Yes, I did shoot a video
Hmm.
and I'm just waiting for like the edits to be completed, but I would predict that within the next month it should be done. But
Hmm.
I do have a first draft. I just, had to get it revamped a little bit, but it looks so amazing. It's going to be like fire.
Got you,
So.
got you. And and then now that Dark Fantasy is out, you have a album or EP coming out. Are you working on some more singles, or what's going on? What's the future?
Yes, so I'm certainly working on my EP, and I would say that I'm aiming for like 6 songs or so, 6, 7 songs,
Mhm.
and it's halfway done,
Yeah.
and so I'm still listening for new beats and checking out different producers because I want to have different styles.
Yeah.
And so I think that it's going to be absolutely amazing, and I can't
Got you.
to put it out.
Got you. Yeah, actually, I might have a beat. I might send to you, but we're gonna talk off here about that. But I think I got a beat. I think that'll work for you.
Thank you so much.
For sure. One of my last questions before we get out of here is: do you have any shows or performances coming up?
So right now, I do not have any shows or performances coming up, but I am, as you mentioned, I am in Atlanta. So
Yes.
I am going to start doing my homework and contacting people so that I can get to
Yeah.
performing because I can't
For
wait.
sure, for sure, for sure. And my very, very last question before we get out of here, Starry Sky, is this, right? Being a new artist yourself, and I always ask this to every single person, because everybody's journey is different, everybody's journey is not the same. So, what is one piece of advice that you would give somebody getting into the music business right now?
I would say to believe in yourself,
Mm,
and to go for it. Like you might have thoughts in your head that are like, might say you're not good enough, or those different thoughts that don't belong in your head. Just kick them out
yeah.
and go for it, and you won't regret that ever. So go
Yeah.
for
There
it.
you have it, my girl, Starry Sky, man. You know what it is. Starry Sky, thank you so, so much, man. And where can people find you? Where can my producer send you beats? What's plug everything?
Yes, so you can find me. My handle is at Starry Sky Music. That's on Instagram, that's on TikTok, on YouTube. And my email is starryskymusic@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And that's a great way to contact me there too.
There you have it. You know what it is, man. And one and only Starry Sky, Boston's own, Atlanta's own. You know what it is, man. That new single out, Dark Fantasy, out right now. Go stream that. Go run it up. It's on all streaming platforms. Once again, it's DJ Chase, the pregame part of this podcast right here on WDJC DB DJ Chase Radio. Yeah.